What's good, future millionaires? We back with another banger. I'm DecemberDeMarco, and y'all know what time it is, man. We got a lot of voted things to talk about. So our first ever DAO proposal is about to be approved. It's looking good for it right now. So the bridge liquidity will be reduced by burning 44.8 trillion Inu tokens. Now this is going to be worth $56 million around our current price. So just think about what that's going to do as far as price action. Now also, we got a new, like a little graph in from CoinMarketCap, basically putting a list up of the top meme coins, and take a look who made the list. Matter of fact, I gotta zoom out of this so y'all can see this, but we are in number 7th place by, I guess, market cap. I'm not sure if they did it by market cap or popularity. Let me take a closer look real quick. Okay, so yeah, they did do it by market cap, and we are a lot closer now to Floki, because Inu is sitting over 100, and I think around that 103, $109 million market cap level right now. Let's do a quick check real quick before we take a look at the Inu charts and break that down. So Inu is sitting at a $109.09 million market cap at the moment. So very bullish. We're closer to Floki right now. But we got Dogecoin first, Shib second, Bone, Doge Line Mars, Baby Doge, Floki, and then Volt. I could easily see us passing up Floki soon. You're not saying that, you know, shout out to the Floki community, but you know, I believe we have a lot more upside and things, you know, as far as utility and things in development that will really, you know, be just game changing. You know, seeing our VoltiFlex, you know, about to be released soon, combined with VoltiChange, combined with, you know, all the adoption that we're seeing taking place right now, combined with us making it through the bear market how we did, you know, combined with the Volt army, you know, things are really looking good for Inu. So the legend has it, he did it with Shib, and he just did it again with Volt. So it's a meme here. This is one of the reasons also why I really, you know, enjoy being a part of the Volt community, because they keep that spirit alive during all times, no matter if the markets are up or down. You know, it keeps the community engaged and prepared to, you know, launch whenever it is something that we need to support, or, you know, something we need to be aware of. So that's a pretty weak hand you have there. Yeah, I usually always sell before the big burns. So basically, connect the dots right there. Vitoshi letting us know that, you know, a major burn is about to take place. So this article here says, burning Shiba Inu could be the catalyst for huge returns in 2023. The first Shiba Inu burn happened in May 2021 when Vitalik burned almost half of the entire supply, 410 trillion SHIB, in a single transaction. Within 2 weeks, Shiba Inu's price pumped 50,000%. That kind of return can make $200 become 100,000 before you get your next paycheck. So this graphic is a little big to fit on the screen, but we got that out there. Also, some very interesting things playing out on the Inu chart that I really want y'all to be aware of. So we'll get to that in 1 second. But shout out to Believes. Shout out to Pablo holding it down. He says, looks like 100 mil is the new floor for Volt. Absolutely does. Take a look at this here. You know, basically what he means by that, for those that don't know, the new floor is basically a support level where the price doesn't want to drop below. So if you look at these white circles here, each time Inu had a retracement or it pulled back, it always found a support level. And another thing we want to pay attention to, each of these support levels are higher than the next. So it means that it's forming, you know, higher lows. The low points are becoming higher and higher as it pulls back. So this is a good sign that, you know, it's still on an uptrend. So you want to keep that in mind as well, even when it seems a little shaky. $56 million burn will send Inu to the moon. So basically mapping out here on the chart, shout out to Shelby showing how Shelby's predicting that it will play out. So basically we had this retracement to the 1300 level, and if you take a look where he has the green line, or she, I'm not sure who this is, but you see the resistance point is here, one at this level here, and we got another one here. And then right now the price has broken above that resistance level and retracing and possibly holding a support right above this resistance level. There's a saying that previous resistances become new supports. So we're looking for the price to hold here, and if it does, then it could possibly retest this next resistance point that we seen here back around this time before we get to that all-time high range. So basically, if it breaks that level, we're likely to see it break above it, possibly have some retracement. If it holds, possibly pump a little bit more, retrace again before absolutely taking off and making a new all-time high. Shout out to Shelby for that TA right there. 18 million in daily volume. The holder count is going up, the following is going up, the daily volume is going up, our international communities are growing. Take a look at this also, y'all. 163,000 followers. Vote Inu is absolutely on fire when it comes to the social engagement side, as far as, you know, increasing the community, which is important because more community equals more investors, more word of mouth getting out there, telling, you know, family, friends, you know, other people in the space that may not have heard of Vote Inu about it. You know, a lot of that goes on when we have a bigger following. And also the potential for more creators on different platforms to also make content and really help that spark of Vote going viral, similar to what we seen play out with Dogecoin, with the early TikTokers that were making content on Doge at that time. That really helped, you know, give it that push. Voted to announce 9 Lives token as the 86th project using the VoltChange widget to provide their users with an easy way to burn and burn their supply. So shout out to 9 Lives token, 9 Lives network. It says building the cat network, road to 100 million. So I want y'all to also, you know, keep an eye on some of these plays that are adding the Vote Inu widget to the website, because some of these may develop some strong communities and they might be some quick degen plays. You know, I'm not saying this is financial advice, because it's absolutely not. Could be wrong about all this, but you want to keep if for those of you actively looking for risky plays, you know, what we like to call it in you know, my community, but the degen plays, risky plays, whatever. For those with a little more risk tolerance, you got to always remember, never risk more than you're willing to lose, because crypto is highly volatile. So some of these, you know, you may see a, you know, a nice 10x, you know, possible 20x. I believe some of these projects that launch on VoltChange as well will also basically, you know, we got to see at least 100x from something. So, you know, I won't be surprised if one of these ones we see mentioned on, you know, shouted out from the Vote Inu page, you know, has a nice little rally when we see this next bull market take place. So also we got 2% burn on ETH, 4% burn on BSC, burn addresses accumulating, reflections, manual buybacks and burns, VoltChange buying back and burning on every transaction, and then VoltFlex. Volt is hyper-deflationary, and the utility that is creating, you know, is just making it even more, like, we need a word higher than hyper-deflationary, because right now Vote Inu is, you know, making other projects also, you know, burn us as well. It's not too many projects. I never heard of that before with any other projects, you know, basically forcing, not forcing it like that, but, you know, building in the utility where it's a win-win for both parties to burn, you know, the native token as well as the collaboration token as well. So it's crazy to see that type of utility being developed in a bear market. Imagine what it's going to do in the bull. So shout out to Ian as well. He said, you either vote with us or we will vote without you. Vote Army. Vote Inu official. Also shout out to altcoin Gordon. He says, now I know why Vote has been pumping. Second leg holding. Starting out as a meme coin play last year for me, but I'm still holding and the team keeps building and delivering. So also retweeting that first ever DAO proposal. And then Vatoshi tweeted, when your dog hears you're a Vote holder, right before a multi-million-dollar burn and a Polygon listing. Sheesh. So let's go to this last project right here. Voted to announce Candy P2E BSC as the 85th project, adding the VoltChange widget to their website. Deflationary adoption at its finest. And then they say, we are pleased to announce that we have integrated the swap on the website. The swap page allows users to exchange the CAD to Vote and provides deflationary candypte.com 0.25 CAD burning fee on trade, and 0.25 of every trade buying back and burning Vote Inu. So yeah, utility like no other. Now let's take a look at this chart. This is what's interesting. Vote Inu right now at the moment up 10%. up 10%. Now we'll take a look at the rest of the market and see why this is so important right now. So Shiba Inu up 5% right now, but we got the overall market at $1 trillion, down 1.33% at the moment. Bitcoin down to 21.5, Ethereum down to 1,500, BNB at 306. Just to give y'all an idea, Shiba Inu at 1287. Shib is up 5.7%. So you can see Inu and Shib, kind of leading, the top meme coins in this space right now. But we see Inu is even higher, at the moment at that 10.4% range. So that's something that you really want to connect the dots on to pay attention to, because that's really giving us indication that Inu wants to have an even bigger breakout. So let's take a look at this here and see how this TA is playing out. So right now we're on the weekly chart. We got Inu, absolutely bullish. When you see candles of this size, notice how this candle here it's a larger candle than these candles we see going to the downside. What this tells us is there's a lot of confidence in this movement, that investors had a lot of certainty behind, this movement to this level that we're holding at now. Now, what does that mean? That basically means it's not going to be easy for us to just, fall back below this point. Can we go back below this point? Yes, absolutely we can, but it's showing us that there's a lot of confidence in this area. And we could notice that also here. If we look in this range, we could tell this candle here had a lot of confidence moving to the upside. So it showed that, investors were confident about taking Volt up to this price. Some people, wanted to sell, they sold, market pulled back as well. We got some support here, and now we got that confidence coming right back in. Remember, one thing I tell y'all is smart money likes to protect itself. So once smart money steps in, once you can recognize smart money coming in and you can get in that movement, even if it retraces, this is not 100% accurate at all times. Some different things can play out, and you got to remember it can be a negative catalyst that plays out as well. But if the price retraces, smart money usually steps back in and brings the price back up to around that range to protect this money. So keep that in mind as well. So on the weekly chart, RSI is only at a 61. We know 70 and above is considered overbought. Right now, Inu is not overbought on the weekly chart. And the MACD is pretty spread right now, but let's zoom in. Let's go down to the daily chart. Right now on the daily chart, we are above that mid Bollinger Band, retraced once we hit that upper Bollinger Band, which is natural for most people that are traders or people that want to take profit for the short term. But Inu, picking that right back up. You got to think also, Inu has a major catalyst ahead of it. Connected dots. Normally when there's a major catalyst ahead of something, now this could be the movement we're seeing leading up to that, but I think also we will see some decent price action once that catalyst actually does drop. Now on the daily chart, we got a 64 on the RSI. MACD still pretty spread apart right now, but this is a decent retracement right here, to get in at, because if we take a look at this support level and we look left in the chart, we can see, looking back in the chart in this area, this was a previous resistance area. So where we're finding support now is some confirmation, if we look left in the chart, that this area, is possibly a strong support where we can expect investors to step back in and continue with the momentum that we were seeing, especially knowing that we got a few catalysts coming up. So let's zoom in. Let's go to the 4 hour right now and see what that's looking like. Okay, 4 hour price is below that mid Bollinger Band, so RSI at a 48 right now, which tells us that Volt is pretty, undervalued right now. The closer we get to a 35 means that it's oversold. So in the short time frame, Inu is a little more oversold than when we zoom out. But this is a good sign for people looking for the price to continue to move up in the meantime. So up 10.4% is still moving as we're talking. Inu going absolutely bonkers. Shout out to the Volt Army. Didn't mean to keep this one that long, but tap in with me if y'all are interested in getting any of my 3 courses. I got my stock options trading course if you're interested in learning how to trade options in the stock market Monday through Friday, or I got my crypto 101 course teaching you a well-rounded understanding of cryptocurrency. And we got the what else? What we got? The technical analysis stock options trading course, crypto 101. So get the technical analysis as well. My bad, y'all. So if you're interested in learning how to chop up the charts, to interpret the data, use these indicators to see what they mean, so you can help basically make better informed decisions, reach out to me via email, DecemberDeMarco@gmail.com. Hey, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, and we are out.